Ayan. So, hello guys! Welcome sa Psychology of Freedom. So, pasensya na, hindi ako naka-upload the past few weeks or months kasi na-busy na sa trabaho. So, ayun. Ang type natin ngayon na personality, si Bongbong Marcos kasi ni-request ni Yayin G na i-type ko yung mga presidential goals. Siyempre, para malaman natin kung sino yung mga, yun nga, sabi niya nga, sino yung mga natural leaders, ano talaga yung personality type nila, ano yung mga weaknesses nila, di ba? So, we need to know all of those things para makapag-decide kung sino talaga yung pipiliin natin as president, di ba? So, ayun, syempre, gagamitin ulit natin yung type grid, which is na-adapt natin kay C.S. Joseph, di ba? I-detect natin kung ano yung kung ano yung cognitive functions niya, kung FIT user ba siya or TIF user, kung NESI user ba siya or SCNI user. Tapos yung interaction style niya, direct ba siya magsalita or informative? Responding ba siya versus initiating? Movement ba siya versus control? And then yung temperament niya, abstract ba siya or concrete? Affiliative ba siya versus pragmatic? Systematic versus interest. So pag na-detect natin na yung lahat ng yon, kung ano yung primarily ginagamit niya, ma-determine natin yung personality type niya through the type grid ni C.S. Joseph. So, ayan, kay Yayon G, thank you so much sa pag-request. So, pasensya na at natagalan tong video na to. So, ayan, start na tayo.
I was born, yeah. Actually, I think he was always in politics, at least in his mind. When I became governor of Ilocos Norte, I got to talk, since I was spending all my time there.
When I became governor, since I was spending all of my time there, introverted sensing, because introverted sensors tend to talk more about their past experiences.
I got to talk to some of his friends and the people who were around him when he was still living in Ilocos. And they said, 16 years old pa lang yan, may kabinete na yan.
Really?
Oo. Talagang my father is one of those, I suppose, the most single-minded person I've ever known.
Saan po kayo pinanganak?
San Juan. No, pinanganak ako doon. So we lived in our house, which is still there, until 1965, when he won the presidency and we moved na to the palace.
He won
Talking about his past experiences again, SI, introverted sensing.
his presidency in 1965. You were 7 years
Yeah,
old.
because I remember my first birthday in the palace was my 8th birthday.
I remember my first birthday in the palace. Tapos in-initiate niya yon.
What was that like?
Oh, it's amazing because my dad brought me pa to school. He woke
Puro SI, di ba? Introverted sensing.
me up. He came into my room. I was changing, going ready to go to school. And
So verified na yan. SI user siya, introverted sensor siya.
he said, "Come, it's your birthday, I'll bring you." So he brought me. And I cannot forget, and my classmates cannot forget, there were those two yung ice cream. Nagbebenta ng sorbetes, Magnolia, and then Selecta pa noon, hindi ba?
Yes.
So, dalawa sila. So my dad made it Pacquiao. He said, we paid them some money, and he said, lahat ng hihingi ng ice cream, libre ah.
Anong favorite place niyo nun sa Malacanang?
I used to end up hanging out with the CQ all the time. I guess with the guys, you know. The palace was so interesting. But as the time went on, the private part of the palace became smaller and smaller, and the office part of the palace became bigger and bigger.
In-initiate niya yung idea na yon.
It was at one time that I came out in my pajamas.
Super SI. So mukhang ano yan, optimistic yan sa cognitive functions niya.
And my father was approaching with a state visitor. So I said, okay, that's not happening again. You do not leave your room until
SI, all about past experiences. So what we need now is to determine na lang yung interaction style niya and temperament and kung TIF user siya or FIT user.
you're
Fully
completely, you're ready to see people.
Speaking of yung handling life situations and problems when people were marching towards EDSA,
How did your father handle that situation?
My father called me and he said, we have intelligence that this is about these people.
How did your father handle the situation? So, he's answering through a story, informative yung mga ganyan. So, hindi nila directly ina-answer yung question. They answer, yun nga, through a story.
People are moving, and this is what they're going to do. I'm assigning you to work with the security to handle the defense of the palace. So that's from that day on, that's all I was doing. From that point, that Wednesday afternoon, naka-uniforme na ako eh. Because I just come out of the military also at that time. Kaya ako linagay sa
Pansin nyo din, very movement siya, galaw siya ng galaw, ganyan. As opposed to sa mga control type, which is si Tony Gonzaga na na-type natin before, control siya. She's focused on controlling the situation para hindi siya maging chaotic. Pero yung mga movement na type, sila yung nag-introduce ng chaos or basta focus sila sa movement eh, sa pag-move ng conversation na matapos na agad yung ganito and we move to another, ganyan. So, movement type.
Ikaw ang in charge sa defense ng palasyo.
Punta tayo sa ibang interviews.
In terms of actual beating, as the
Yes.
English call it, I was beaten more in my school in England than I ever was by my parents.
But when you were studying here, nasa Lasal ka, di
Lasal
ba?
Green Hills, yes.
How was it? Was it a problem dahil marami kang bodyguards? Were the other boys medyo aloof ba sila sa'yo?
Well, I'm sure nadaanan mo rin yun. Of course,
Hindi, pero
kahit
ako high school,
Informative, hindi niya ina-answer agad yung question. Tapos, movement siya eh. Tapos napansin ko din, more on nagliliin siya to concrete. Kasi wala pa akong what if na statement na nakikita. Tapos more on parang, sige tingnan natin.
nasa medyo
sabagay.
iba na yung ano nun.
Kasi kung bata naman, yung mga ganong edad, hindi pa masyadong naiisip. Natutuwa lang sila. May mga baril ba yan? May mga ano, yan lang naman ang tinatanong. But madaling makalimutan yan. Basta't mga bata, nakikita mo, magsasama-sama, maglalaro yan. So it wasn't really a problem. And when it would have been a problem in high school, I had already left. So I was in England. Hindi na masyado yung security nakikita.
All your life kasi, bale, both parents are very active in politics. Do you think that is what has led you to go into this kind of life?
Oh, hindi mo maiiwasan. There is no way. The only way you can explain my having entered politics is definitely because of how my father really that he even said it in his when he was still alive that he would say, I have committed not only myself to the work that I have done. I have not committed only my person, but my wife and my family too. And the time will come when you will find that you have no choice. Not to enter politics, but perhaps in the positions, in the kind of causes that we would champion. So, matagal na talagang alam na namin na kahit papano, yung ginawa ng aming ama will affect us for the rest of our lives, in whatever fashion. So, and it's turning out to be true, because how can something that dominant be suddenly just go away? So kahit na ngayon, ilang taon na ito, we're still feeling the effects of what my father did. And I have no doubt, to the day I die, I will be feeling those effects.
So, ano siya, informative initiating movement. So, ayan, confirmed na yung interaction style niya, informative initiating movement, di ba? Very movement type, focus on speed.
The middle child ba?
I am the middle child, yes.
How is it? Kasi ako youngest so medyo nabe-baby talaga ako. Ikaw middle child, only boy pa.
Siguro, I don't know. It never felt
Dominating bang ate si Aimee? Hindi naman.
Ate. She was a proper ate.
Did you
Tinuturuan
keep
kami.
in touch with what was going on dito?
It
Kasi
wasn't
syempre when martial law was declared, you were abroad.
It wasn't easy. When martial law was declared, we had expected something dramatic to
Yes.
happen. Because
So, parang hindi niya na na-answer yung question na how did you keep up? So, informative, telling a story.
marami ng beses na my dad would say that this is a real problem, we may have to do this, we may have to do that. But in general, how did we keep up? My parents would send us newspaper clippings. We would call, we would write. In my school in England, there was you had to write one letter to your parents every week.
Talaga.
So that was it was actually a good thing because iba yung tawag eh, iba yung sulat. Yung sulat hinahawakan mo and you can read it again and again. And it really taught I think both sides, including my parents, the habit of writing. So they would send us the news nung nauso na yung videotape, magpapadala ng videotape. So that they would try, but inevitably pag uwi mo rito, maraming nangyari na hindi mo na namalayan. So you just have to catch up.
Medyo let's go naman dun sa lighter side. Ang first girlfriend mo ba, since you were in England, British ba siya?
Ay, naku, nung nasa England ako, wala akong panahon, hindi kami pinapalabas ng eskwelahan. They would let me out, I would be in school for, isang semester namin was 3 months. Sa 3 buwan, I would be able to sleep one night outside of school.
May pagka-affiliative, focus on doing what is right or following authority.
Lang.
Yun lang. And every month, I could spend one Sunday out of school. So
when you'd make ligaw, dito na.
dito na siguro sa Pilipinas. Kasi dito, doon, halos di ka, kahit yung mga restaurant, yung mga bar, di ka makapasok, yung mga nightclub. Eh,
Initiating yon, nag-initiate siya noon.
dito, hindi masyadong stricto. Kahit basta't may kasama kang may edad, they will let you in.
Do you feel na a lot of the girls were fawning over you na pinagkakaguluhan ka dahil Bongbong Marcos ka? Or do you think it's your charming personality?
I don't know. I don't know that they were fawning over me to begin with. I don't know kung bakit lahat ng tao, ang kanilang impression sa akin are that the women were fawning over me. Believe me, there were times kung I would be calling, trying to get a date, and I couldn't get a date. Why suddenly this image of women fawning all over me? But
Ang TIF user siya, this is what's true.
I don't know. I think yung you tell me if I'm right. Yung pagganak ng presidente that last mga 5-10 minutes, unless may complex na talaga yung tao, yung talagang galit sa'yo dahil anak ka ng presidente,
Ayan, initiate niya yung idea na yan.
wala ka na magagawa. But karamihan naman ng mga tao, pagka nakausap mo na, after 5-10 minutes, wala na, that's over. Except for the fact that you're surrounded by
Would
armed
anybody have the guts to say na, oy, pare, galit ako sa'yo, bakit ganyan naman ang mga magulang mo? Would they dare do that to you?
Hindi naman. Meron, magkikriticize sila pero hindi yung galit ako sa'yo. Sasabihin, bakit naman ganyan? Alam mo yung tao, hindi ganyan dapat, hindi tama ang ginagawa, hindi ganyan ang tingin sa ginagawa ninyo, etc., etc.
How do you react about the criticism hurled at your parents through the press and through the mass media? But before you answer that, we're going to pause for a while.
Criticism kung tawagin, let's say sa mga pahayagan, sa radyo, sa TV. Well, we have been experiencing my father's political life for a long, long time. I remember in 1963, 64,
Informative, SI.
when he was Senate President, wala kaming narinig kundi oust Senate President Marcos every day. I remember that. So we've been used to this kind of thing, no? And kahit papano, if you're in politics, there's no way around it. Wala ka namang magagawa na lahat masaya eh. Merong magkikriticize kahit ano pang gawin mo. So you just have to take it as it comes. And as I said, keep your mind open. And kung talagang it is a constructive criticism, then sige, makinig ka. But you also have to not take it all to heart. Because kung minsan, etong mga nagsasalita ng pinipintasan kayo, it's not because they really believe that, dahil kalabang mo eh.
Siyempre.
Ano pa naman gagawin nila? Alam nga naman na pupuriin ka. So, it is part of their job. So, you just have to trabaho lang, ganyan.
This is what's true, TI, introverted thinking. Tapos may systematic siya. Wala akong interest-based na nakuha pa sa kanya. So tingin ko enough na to determine kung ano yung personality type niya. So let's go to the type grid. Sabi natin, ang interaction style niya for sure is informative initiating movement. Informative initiating movement, so dito siya sa second row. He is a starter type. Tapos, based sa cognitive functions niya, it's either NTP lang siya or SFJ. So, NTP, SFJ, ESFP, eliminated na to kasi wala yun sa pagpipilian natin. ENFP, eliminated na rin yan. Tapos sabi natin, concrete siya. Sino yung mga concrete? Yung mga sensors. And affiliative systematic. So, concrete affiliative systematic, siya ay isang ESFJ. So, eliminated na rin yung ENTP. So, si Bongbong Marcos ay isang ESFJ or also known as the supporter. So, ayan. So, sino bang ka-personality type niya? Si ano ata George W. Bush, ka-personality type ni Bongbong Marcos. So, ayun. So, thank you very much for watching. Sana may natutunan kayo. And for Yayan G, thank you very much. Yung mga susunod na itatype ko, kukumpletuhin ko yan, yung mga presidential po. So, thank you very much and see you sa next video.